Okay, wow, that's a lot for a young girl to put up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very overwhelming.
So tell me, you were adopted at birth, right?
Yes.
So when was the first time you perceived that there was kind of a misfit in this situation, that you didn't feel like you had landed on a soft place?
When I was first diagnosed.
That was 9?
Yeah, when I was 9. Then from there, stuff just went downhill.
Okay, so at 9, they diagnosed you as ADHD and bipolar.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was sometime after that that you were diagnosed with a personality disorder.
Correct.
Okay, so what led you to being subject to a diagnosis at 9? What was happening that caused them to take you to mental health professionals at 9?
I believe it was just because of my hyperactivity, so I was very energetic, and I had a lot of mood swings when I was younger too. Like it would just be really happy and then really sad. And
okay. You've been to how many doctors, you say, 20?
20, 25 different doctors.
Okay, psychologists, psychiatrists?
Yeah, all of them.
That sort of thing. Now, has your behavior been inappropriate?
It has that sometimes.
Because they say that you've stolen from them, that you've been physical and violent with them at times, that you've lied and been deceitful at times. Are those things true?
Yes, I admit to those, but I am working on fixing them.
Okay, and why do you think you do those things when you do them?
Probably just because I'm in the moment and I'm not thinking and I'm just really mad.
And you've said, and I quote, "My parents don't love me and they regret adopting me."
Yeah, I believe that's 100% true.
Why do you believe that?
Because of the actions that they show. Like you can say one thing, but actions speak louder than words.
Have they ever said that to you? Have they ever said, "We wish we had never done this"?
They've said, I believe they've said the exact same in different words.
You have a sister.
I do.
Describe her.
Oh, she's amazing. I love my sister, but there are times since my mom has told her about my mental illness, she uses it against me.
You asked that your mother not talk to her about that, right?
She went ahead and told my sister, and now it's used against me to this day.
You have an internal dialogue, and it's not very positive about yourself, right?
Yes, that's very true.
What do you say to yourself about yourself?
My parents don't love me. I wish I never was born.
These are things that you said. I put them all in one place. My parents don't love me. I'm damaged goods. They regret adopting me. My family's rejected me. If was a biological child, would treat me better. I'm not the perfect child they wanted. I do have a mental illness.
Yeah, I'm disposable. Yeah, that's a big one.
You say it's your belief that your parents need for there to be something wrong with you, so they're not to blame for you not being the perfect child. Because unless there's something wrong with you, it means they've done something wrong.
Yeah.
What do you believe about yourself based on the way you perceive them to treat you?
That I am messed up in the head and stuff like that, and they think I'm a freak, like a mental freak, and sometimes I believe it. And
what if this isn't a Maddie problem? What if this is a family problem?
I believe it is a family problem.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out about that. Now, Maddie's parents are here, and they insist that they have been forced to lie and deceive Maddie to get her help. They even admit to manipulating the system by claiming Maddie had a drug problem in order to have her committed to a detox unit as a way to backdoor into a psych ward. Now, we're going to add them to the conversation after the break and hear what they have to say. We'll be right back. Maddie's mother, Beth, wrote into the show 8 times saying her daughter is completely out of control. From taking frozen strawberries from the fridge to stealing her mother and sister's clothes and leaving them in her room. Beth says Maddie is a danger to their family. Take a look.
Madison creates a lot of drama in our house. She lies, she's very manipulative, the constant flow of profanity.
Maddie can be explosive, vile, and physical.
It is like a hurricane. She leaves a path of destruction.
Maddie's been here about 24 hours. This is what it looks like.
She throws things. She's broken television sets, her phone, and a number of glasses.
She pulled my arm behind my back. She has pushed me down. She punched me in the back.
Maddie's stolen from everybody in our household. If we leave money lying around, it disappears. Maddie has stolen several $100s worth of her sister's and mother's makeup and jewelry.
She'll take from your stuff, and then you'll find her wearing the bra or the earrings.
Maddie was caught shoplifting twice, both times with my mom. Because of the stealing, we've put combination locks on our bedroom doors.
These are the locks. It was a brutal decision. I know it hurt Maddie a lot to put them on.
Maddie's out of control behavior is more a mental health issue than a rebellious teen issue.
We've even gone to the police twice to get mental health warrants.
We felt the best place for her would be to go to the hospital. But the mental health warrants were basically unsuccessful. With all the chaos that Maddie causes in our house, we're better off to have Maddie living somewhere else. She doesn't fit in. There are times when I wondered what it would be like to have my own children.
Whoa, wait a minute. He said sometimes he wonders what it would be like to have his own children. Is this not your child? Did the day you adopted her, I think she became your child and you adopted her at birth. So she's been your child her entire life. Maybe that has something to do with this behavior. Obviously, the violence is concerning. The theft is concerning. I don't know why they're concerned about her taking frozen strawberries from the fridge. I mean, she lives there. She should be able to take whatever food she wants out of the fridge. I don't know if this is all mental health. And I don't know if all the mental health just sprang out of nowhere. Perhaps she's been treated differently, because why on earth does she have such a negative perception of herself unless she was given a negative perception of herself?
Beth and Jim say they have taken drastic measures to help their daughter, including making up that she had a drug problem in order to have her committed. Take a look.
We've had to do some drastic things in order to help Madison. One of those was getting her admitted to the psych ward. The mental health warrants ended up being a waste of time, but going through the process, we learned that the best way to get her the help was to get a detox warrant and have her checked for.
I told my parents that an ex-boyfriend made me try drugs, and they reacted by putting me into a detox with hardcore drug users. I am not a drug addict. My experience at detox was horrible because I was around hardcore drug users. I saw people puking because of withdrawals. I was seeing the scariest things of my life.
Once the psychiatrist saw her at the detox center, he couldn't understand why she was there. He said we should have issued a mental health warrant. So I told him how that doesn't work, and he quickly got her out of detox and took her to the psych ward. She was there for 2 weeks. When she first got out of the hospital, we had about a 2-week honeymoon period where things were a lot more peaceful, and then things started to escalate again.
That was very unnecessary and over the top. It is disgusting what they have done to me.
I believe it was effective, and if need be, I would do it again.
Okay, it's good to meet you guys. You've kind of waffled around about, as it got close to, you've wanted to do this a lot, but then as it got close, you've kind of gotten clay-footed about this.
It's easy to write an email. I know I want help. When it starts sinking in, the cost of giving up our privacy, the consequences of that, I have fears of, but I fear more doing nothing. So I'm all in.
Since you've made the decision to be here, Maddie says that you've allowed her back into the home, you've taken her shopping in Los Angeles, that you're eating meals and spending time together, and that you're continually asking her if she really wants to continue or just stop and go home.
I said nothing about that until she said, after Saturday that we were here, she said that she wanted out. She's not doing it. She doesn't like, I forget all the things. I spoke to Maddie later in the night and I said, made it clear, we won't force you to do this,
right,
but sleep on it and we'll talk in the morning.
How do you feel about being here now?
Oh, I'm fine.
2 big what-if questions. What if the problem's not Maddie?
I'm happy. If we get a solution, I'll be happy.
It for sure isn't all Maddie. There's no question.
But
we all have.
Everything you've described to us to this point has been Maddie's problem. There was not one single sentence in either of your interviews about a family dynamic. It was all about Maddie. You expected something different than what you got, correct? You didn't go down there and say, okay, I would like a pretty little girl that's oppositional, defiant, makes her own rules, and doesn't pay attention when we give her some guidelines. Could we have one of those? Really cute, but we'd like one of those. That's
Cute,
not what you
charming,
asked for.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
We're going to take a break. Just how bad is Maddie's behavior? Is she out of control and off the charts? We'll talk about that when we come back.
Madison has a history of lying. Is it an everyday occurrence?
She lies about the littlest things. She'll take frozen strawberries, then we'll find the whole melted big bag in her room.
Last month, Maddie scammed us, telling us that she had a new job that she needed tools for. Beth and I agreed that we'd buy the tools.
She bought $900 worth of tools.
Days later, we found out that Maddie had returned all the tools for cash. I don't think she cares.
Well, Jim and Beth say their daughter Maddie is out of control, but Maddie says she's really done nothing to warrant being committed and locked up in psych wards and detox centers and things like that. So I made a graphic of Maddie's out of control behavior according to Jim and Beth. But first, Jim, and here it is. She's a liar, a thief, a manipulator. Found hundreds of dollars of sisters and Beth's jewelry, makeup, and clothes in Maddie's room. Money lying around would disappear. Assume Maddie took it. Hasn't stolen much money, $20 here and there. Stole booze from the liquor cabinet. Random wallet found in the room. 3 years ago, accused of stealing from a school locker room. Accused of stealing clothes from a friend that she was living with. Shoplifting 2 times, banned from the store for 2 years. This is a $10 phone cord. Threatened to break Beth's arm, left scratches on her arm. Sister and Maddie pulled each other's hair. Threw glass object out the bedroom window. Throws phone at the car window wall, sometimes breaks. Broke her bedroom TV screen. Verbally abusive, swears. Says, "You're not my real dad." Turns little request into full-blown fights. Uncontrollable meltdowns. Screaming, uncontrollable, incoherent, swearing at the top of the lungs. At 16 years old, ran away for 2 months. And according to Beth, your list is Maddie is vile, physically abusive and explosive. Past 6 months, run up $1,200 on a credit card. Problem with lying. Says didn't take frozen strawberries, but found rotting in her room. She talks on the phone. You can hear the dog whining, and Maddie denies the dog. Scammed parents out of $900 for a job that didn't even exist. Pulled her arm behind her back, pushed her down 2 times. A year ago, pounded in the back. Verbally abusive, not real mother. Leaves marks on the walls from throwing things. Meltdowns that can last for hours, typically 30 minutes. Gets loud, throws things, and cries. That's pretty much a description of the behaviors that have triggered your seeking intervention and treatments, right?
Pretty much.
The running away was the trigger was she was not safe. Disappearing with people that she just met on the internet.
At that point, you kicked her out of the house, right?
Yeah, you did. You told me to get
Not for 2 months. She's the one that stayed away for 2 months.
You told me to get the hell out of this house after we had a fight.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
So y'all remember that differently.
Very.
You had a mental health warrant when she was 15.
16.
Well, you had another one when she was 16.
I thought they were both 16. The
Well,
summer of when
One
she
was technically
16.
when she was 15, the other one when she was 16. My point is, both of them, whichever 12-month period it was in, both of them, one, she was discharged within 2 hours. The other one, she was discharged the next morning, and the records show because she was evaluated as not being a danger to herself or anyone else. So my point is, your assessment, and all you can do is make the best assessment you can at the time from your point of view, I get, but your assessment was she needs to be taken out of the home on a mental health warrant and put into a protected environment.
She was getting more physical about things. She was taking off with people. We didn't know where she was going. She wasn't telling us what she was up to. And it was after after her being away for the 2 months. And she was talking about taking off again and still not
Why would I want to
cooperating.
stay around you guys, like, if you just stress me out and everything?
But you can't have a psychiatric hospital parent your child.
It was put to us that meds were out of order, and that's why she was making these decisions.
Okay, something is just off about this. They really do not seem to like her. And some of the behaviors here to me just sound like she's ADHD with executive function issues and issues with her emotional regulation, which is also a symptom of ADHD. The taking the strawberries in the room and saying she didn't do it and they find them rotting, or raspberries, whatever. First of all, I don't know why they care so much about these damn raspberries, but there's a really great chance she forgot that she had them because she's ADHD. And if they're constantly on her case, she might not want to reveal that. She might carry a lot of shame for any little thing that she does imperfectly. The stealing is likely a result of her relationship with her parents. When I was in the 3rd grade, I became a kleptomaniac for just 1 year, just for 3rd grade, and coincidentally it coincided with my mom moving a man into our home. I wonder why. So, I mean, young people will do things like that, acting out. It says she has meltdowns, emotional regulation, with being neurodivergent. They're really just seem to be shaming her for being neurodivergent and mistreating her, which is causing more behavioral issues. Just my 2 cents.
You guys let me back in the house, and I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna start accepting me because I'm behaving. And 5 minutes later, after I get back to the house, cops knock on the door, and I was put in handcuffs, taken to the hospital.
Did you lie about her needing detox?
No. A judge told us that they won't get her the help she needs on a mental health warrant unless she is going to physically harm herself or someone else. So he said, try a detox warrant. There might be something in, and then they'll get her the help she needs.
So you did lie about the detox?
I'll go with yes.
No, don't condescend to me. I'm asking you, let's just play the tape again. You said on the tape you lied.
We didn't think it was a lie. We had a credible source, the judge, tell us this is how you get the means to the end. So you want to call it a lie? I can live with that.
So you and the judge lied. The judge told you to lie.
Well, they found the substance, so it's something that they tested for.
Did you believe that your daughter was so on that she needed to be put into a center to be medically supervised for detoxification?
I did not. I did not.
You guys are saying she is so just out of control. Let me show you out of control.
Yeah, you're I take the last away. You can burn in hell. I hope you die.
Have you threatened to kill your father?
Yeah.
Have you said you wanted to hire a hitman and have him kill?
Go! Get away! What is wrong with you? No!
Welcome to my world. You say she tears up the house. She took some strawberries into her room, and
I'll pay for those. I'll buy them again.
And this is where she's destroyed the house.
We gave you a small sample.
Okay, I haven't.
This is
punched
real
holes.
destruction.
I have not punched holes in the walls, done like graffiti or stuff like on the walls.
Understand, I am not excusing her bad behavior. I talked to her before y'all came out here. I made it very clear. This is not okay. This is absolutely not okay. You get that you have change-worthy behavior, right?
Yeah.
You get that you have impulse control problems,
I
right?
do.
You get that you have a problem with lying. You have a problem with doing things that you shouldn't do. But I'm just saying, putting handcuffs on a kid at 15 and 16 and putting her in a psych ward.
It was horrible.
And doing those things. And
why did you do it?
And I look on the list and she's let some frozen strawberries melt in her bedroom. I'm like, come on. We're in a different category of behavior here. And I know that's not.
I want to talk about the strawberries. We were saying that was one of the little things in the stuff we let go. I mean, that wasn't even hitting the radar.
How do you let it go if you
trouble.
bring it up for Dr. Phil?
Well, Maddie claims when she was just 16 years old, her mother did kick her out with nothing but the clothes on her back. Her mother says no. Maddie says yes. And she says it sent her straight into the arms of a severely abusive man that she did meet online. We'll be right back. Now, Beth says, no, it did not happen this way. But Maddie says that her mother kicked her out of the house at 16, and she says she moved in with a man who left her bruised and living in fear.
When I was 16 years old, my mom and I got into a heated argument and I was told to get the hell out of the house. I walked out with the clothes on my back.
Madison ran away from home, and she was a missing person for 2 months.
I moved in with a guy that I met online and I dropped out of school. During the 2 months that I was gone, my mom told the police that I was a flight risk. That whole thing was beyond ridiculous. I was in contact with her the whole time. She was texting me every single day and knew where it was. They basically went to the police to try to hide the fact that they kicked out a minor. Living with my boyfriend turned out to be a nightmare. He threw me down, pushed me into walls, hit me, even kicked me. At one point, I even thought that he broke my jaw because he pushed me into a wall so hard. I was really afraid of him, and he threatened to kick me out and I would have no other place to stay. On top of all the abuse, he forced me to experiment with drugs. One time his buddies were doing cocaine and I was sleeping. He'd put cocaine on my gums. I woke up and I was very scared. My mom knew exactly what was happening, but she didn't seem to care. My mom would say, that's too bad or that's not good. I ended up staying in that situation until my best friend came and got me. To this day, my parents have never talked about the abuse. When I try to bring it up, they just brush it off. That was pathetic. A normal parent would have came to pick me up. It's like my parents didn't care what happened to me.
I'll let y'all respond.
There was no fight. You were a missing person. I immediately called police to try and find you. You wouldn't come home. You told me that there was the abuse going on. I said, I will come and get you.
You didn't say that once, otherwise I would have said hell yeah.
I would have come and got you.
But you didn't.
I didn't know where you were.
I told you where I was. Well, I told you the name and everything like that, so.
Y'all go ahead. I'll be right back. No, seriously, y'all go ahead. I'm going to write something down.
Madison, if you'd have called us and said, come and get us.
How could I? You cut my phone off.
You know, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I don't know. I know that you lie sometimes, so I know that.
As do they.
I look to see how you respond. And I look to see if there are three things happening. One, is there empathy? Two, is there warmth? Three, is there genuineness? No, no, and no.
Thank you, Dr. Phil. I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, these people do not like this girl, and I don't believe the mom that she would have been ready to go get her. I believe Maddie that she was kicked out as a minor, and unfortunately, because of this stuff, Maddie is just collecting trauma. She was sent to the psych ward, traumatic. She was sent to detox, traumatic. She was kicked out as a 15, 16-year-old, traumatic, terrifying. And then she was taken in by her boyfriend who beat her, traumatic. So now they're like, why does she behave that way? Well, why do you think? Why y'all think? It should be really obvious. The way that they treat her is traumatic, and she's been collecting extra trauma on top of it. Of course she gets angry and yells and has a meltdown. Why wouldn't she?
And then I always look to see how you interact. Are you reflecting content or are you reflecting feeling? Somebody can say, yeah, I'm sorry I'm late, you know, my dog got run over this morning. Reflecting content, you can say, really, what kind of dog? Reflecting feeling, you would say, oh my gosh, you must feel terrible, I'm so sorry. Mm-hmm. That's reflecting feeling, which requires empathy. When she said this, both of you just wanted to go over logistics, dates, times, places, just totally content. Absolutely no feeling whatsoever at even the possibility that your daughter was being abused and given drugs while she's sleeping. Absolutely no feeling whatsoever, which makes me wonder if you wonder what this girl says to herself when nobody's listening but her. My parents don't love me. They think I'm damaged goods. They regret adopting me. I'm disposable. I'm a black sheep. They're not ready to be parents to someone like me. And then I hear things from you guys. It was the last thing you said on the tape piece when we were talking to you. I'll let you listen to it.
There are times when I wondered what it would be like to have my own children.
She is your own child. What the hell are you talking about?
I own that.
When she heard you say that, it absolutely took her breath away when you weren't even out here and she heard you say that.
I own that. She is my daughter, no question.
My parents have put a wedge between me and my sister. My parents are constantly talking about me to my younger sister. They say that I am a bad person and I am hard to love. They are corrupting how she feels about me. Now my sister uses my diagnosis against me. My sister will sometimes call me a freak and that I should have committed suicide. It takes everything inside me not to completely lose it. My parents just shower her with love and support and they give me nothing.
Let's say you've got behavior that is change-worthy, okay? So here, you've got change-worthy behavior. Now, you've got two tracks that you can go. You can go this track along here, and we will call that the pathology track, okay? And that's where you are assuming that there is something wrong from a mental illness standpoint. The other track is a behavioral developmental track where you don't necessarily assume that there is mental illness, but there is aberrant behavior and there are developmental problems. You have been one track here, that there's pathology here, that there is mental illness, and ignored the behavioral developmental. Now, you took her to the P&P Center in Dallas, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't like the way you got there, and you didn't like what they did while you were there, correct?
Correct.
Because you said they lied to you to get you there, dropped you off, said you were going on a vacation to a rodeo, right?
Yeah, I love horses.
Then they dropped you off, then they went on a vacation, according to you.
We were at the P&P every day she was there.
She was at the P&P Center. We were in the waiting room. We didn't go
Every
anywhere.
minute.
And the rodeo was news to me. We did
We asked
tell her
her
we
if
were
she-
going on a holiday.
Yeah, Dr. Lawless made it clear she was a minor. She can't be there without an adult. He said one of you was there every day.
Yeah, our whole family was there every day.
Well, the Lawless P&P Center, which is co-founded by Dr. Frank Lawless, who is also the chairman of the Dr. Phil Show Advisory Board, is who we're talking about. And Dr. Lawless is joining us via Polycom right now. Dr. Lawless, we have reviewed this case. You certainly didn't send her away with a long list of mental illnesses, correct?
We didn't find any what we call mental illness or diagnosis. We found a lot of trouble in terms of processing information, but again, we had recommended solutions for those a lot of those issues.
You also did some psychometric testing quite thoroughly. Did you find any evidence of bipolar or personality disorder?
No, we didn't, nor did we have any findings that supported the ADHD either.
We're going to talk about this some more, Frank. If you'll continue to listen in, we're going to take a break next. So where does this family go from here? What do we do? At some point, you got to put verbs into sentences and start making some changes. I'm going to tell them what I think when we come back. Good news is, it does not appear to me or to Dr. Lawless that your daughter suffers from any profound pathology here. That should be like really good news.
Perfect.
I mean, you know, throw caution to the wind and break out into a smile.
Yay!
That's good news.
That'd be
But
wonderful.
that doesn't mean that her behavior is any less troublesome for her or for you. And you do have behavior that you need to work on.
Oh, yeah.
You saw her internal dialogue up here. And I do think that she has really questioned who she is and where she fits in. And you two can help with that greatly. You don't have to love everything someone does to love them. And that's what she needs to understand. You might not love a behavior she does on a Tuesday afternoon, but she needs to know, independent of that, you love her unconditionally.
Yeah.
there's a place that I think is really extra special, and you probably heard me talk about it. It's on site in Tennessee, and they do very specialized, customized workshops for individuals and families that have been through trauma. Miles Adcox is the owner and CEO, and he has extended an offer for this family, together, separately, whatever works out best, to come there and spend some time and go through a few very specific workshops that we have discussed that can give you a real jump start on getting things going. And so I want to make that offer to you and let you all discuss that with them. This is our gift to your family to start. And after that, I think you need just some good, solid family counseling that will meet on a regular basis and say, let's make a to-do list and let's work through this. And I think this is going to look a good deal different in a very short period of time, because I'm not talking about going down the pathology road. I'm talking about going down the behavioral and developmental road here, developmentally as a family, as an individual. And if you'll let me do those things, I think this is going to change dramatically.
Thank you.
Fair enough?
Thank you.
Are you willing to do that?
Oh, yeah.
You willing to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this episode, we have Maddie, who was adopted at birth, and her mother wrote into the show saying, Maddie is terrible. Her behavior is terrible. She has severe mental illness. We put her in the psych ward. She has a personality disorder. She's violent. We're afraid of her. And oh yeah, by the way, they're like, maybe we shouldn't have adopted her. Yeah, so it turns out she has none of these mental illnesses. No mental illness, no personality disorder. I didn't think she had those. The doctor also said she didn't appear to have ADHD, but she did have issues with processing. So maybe she has some other form of neurodivergence, but either way, she definitely has trauma. And I feel the trauma likely comes from two places. One, from being an adoptee who is growing up and starting to question her identity, especially if her personality and her interests and things about her are different from the rest of her family. She's gonna start feeling out of place. And two, being an adoptee who was adopted by these people has caused all sorts of trauma. Instead of supporting her so that she could grow up as an adoptee with emotional support and love and warmth and comfort and emotional safety and validation, they've done the extreme opposite. They've committed her against her will. They've lied to her and then dropped her off at a facility. And then they did go to the rodeo. They didn't want to admit that they lied about her having a problem, but they did lie based on the definition of the word lie. Yeah, in terms of a personality disorder, the only personality disordered behavior I see is the parents. And they likely have one, because this man is really on his tape saying, maybe I should have had my own kids. I'm sorry, what? Definitely get the sense that maybe this is a narcissistic family dynamic, with the other little sister being the golden child and Maddie being the scapegoat, which means she would be the receptacle for the entire family's negative emotions. It also sounds like the other sister is being trained to be verbally and emotionally abusive towards her as well. That's typically how it happens. The golden child eventually starts doing the behavior that's been modeled for them. So if the younger sister is seeing them like crap all over her, and the parents are like gossiping about her behind her back to her sister, yeah, the sister is being conditioned to treat her the same way. And honestly, I don't see that dynamic changing anytime soon. There's a good chance that Maddie is gonna eventually start minimizing the time she spends with him once she really gets out on her own. Because as Dr. Phil said, there was zero compassion. There was zero empathy, zero warmth, zero love, zero support. I mean, this woman is supposed to be her mama. Really? Like you see her sitting here and you've heard her say that she has all these negative feelings and thoughts about herself. And you see her on the tape saying she was beaten and given substances while she was asleep, and there's nothing. Yeah, this is really messed up, and my heart breaks for Maddie because she deserves better than this. And what a pretty girl, by the way. She deserves so much better than this. But what did you guys think about this episode? What do you think about Maddie's behavior? Obviously, her behavior is not okay and needs to change. And if it doesn't change, it's just going to worsen. So for her own sake, she needs to get on top of that behavior. She needs some therapy. And maybe she needs to really start getting away from her parents. But this girl just wants love, right? She just wants to be loved. But anyway, y'all let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about the parents. Let me know what you think about that comment the dad made about having his kids of his own. Let me know what you think about the coldness in this mother's face. And notice that Maddie had said something about her experience, and I saw the mom roll her eyes. Like, this woman doesn't care about anything Maddie has to say. But y'all let me know what you thought about this. Drop it in the comments.